All right, good evening, my friends. We are live. This is the Eli King Show. I am your host, Eli King. Thank you for joining me on this Saturday, September 26th, 2015. And here we are just going crazy already. We're going crazy, I tell you. I'm going to get my voice shot as soon as I get in. This is great. All right, let's see if this is our buddy, Luigi. All right, brother. Now that we got Luigi on the line, we can get the show started. Because you know it's not a show without Luigi. Talk to me, brother.
Bombshell news. Did you get the video?
When did you send the video? I got a couple of videos from you. They were a bit long. I didn't really have enough time. But which one? Which one were you talking about exactly?
All my research is long, Eli. You gotta watch every video closely. Dmitry Kalasov.
All right, tell the audience what's that about, real quick.
He's a former Russian inside nuclear soldier. He was inside the nuclear program.
Really?
Yes.
And what is he saying?
Didn't see the video. You gotta watch it, bro. Okay, so he's telling us the way the towers were taken down was from a predetermined plan to demolish the towers in the first place before they were built. It had to be in place. So there had to be a way to bring them down before they were able to build them. You got me so far?
Yes, and I believe I heard David Rockefeller saying something like that when he actually built the towers way back when.
Exactly. There was a scandal about this back in the day. So there was no way. There are buildings in the world that cannot be brought down by conventional demolition, people. And the only way to bring this steel structure down was a nuclear device planted underground. Remember, underground. And it was the 1 and 2 and 7.
Really?
Yes, and this was predetermined before they were allowed to make the plans to build the towers, that this was in place.
And you can find this on YouTube. Do you know the title of the YouTube so you can tell my audience?
Dmitry Kalasov, 9/11 Third Truth.
Well, there you go, audience. Check that out on YouTube, so you can get some 9/11 truth in your mind. As always, every week we speak a little 9/11 truth for our good buddies and patriots out there. This is alternative news media. So with that, we will get started with some other news here. Did you hear about the all this Chinese aircraft being sent to Syria?
Yes, sir.
All right, yeah, we got an Arab news source reports China sent warship to Syria, says Chinese troops and military aircraft will arrive in 6 weeks. But here I have another report, Chinese aircraft reportedly docks at Syria, so they are already there. It took them less than 6 weeks to arrive. It actually took them about 6 days. The Chinese aircraft carrier, known as the Liangshan CV-16, has reportedly docked in the Syrian docks, according to the Depka file, as Israeli military intelligence website based in Jerusalem. Most of Depka's files reported is based on unidentified sources and cannot be independently identified. So what do you think about the Chinese and the Russians docking over in Syria to assist Assad against the ISIS forces who are actually linked to Al-Qaeda, and Al-Qaeda, we all know, is linked to the CIA. So they're sending these CIA forces out there helping to topple Assad, but then they're claiming ISIS is bad. We talk about this all the time. But yeah, what do you think about that really quick, Luigi?
Yeah, they're coming in to straighten things out because they know that the West, which would include Israel with the United States, is created ISIS and whatever else they want to call themselves, and they just use them as a proxy army to go into the next country they want to attack and take over and put their own little regime in, because they can't send the American army in because it's obvious that way.
Ain't that the truth? All right, people. If you want to check out my YouTube channel, go to youtube.com/The Eli King Show. You can also email me at the Eli King Show at AOL.com. All right, let's take some other callers. The number is 212-245-7273. That number is 212-245-7273. Our next article, Luigi, drones armed with high-energy lasers may arrive in 2017. I actually saw a video on this, and it's not they may arrive. They have arrived because they are testing, and they have them on these new military ships. And these laser weapons can blow another boat out of the water from miles away.
Yeah, they've had these for a while, Eli. Just all we are is a war. What do they do with all the tax money and every dollar that comes in? War, war, war. You know, they've developed, probably, I wouldn't doubt it, they've got planes that can fly in space.
Oh, absolutely. You know they're up in space. They're probably on Mars already. I've read these reports where Eisenhower's granddaughter was taken up to Mars with Obama. But, you know, it sounds a little kooky and wacky to me, but you never know if this stuff is true. This is why we talk about all news on this network here. Because, though it may sound weird, it is possibly true. You know what I'm saying? All right, did you hear about this, Luigi, my friend? A militia organizer threatens to arrest Stabenow over Iran deal. Apparently, Stabenow is some sort of congresswoman or something. Debbie Stabenow. Over the he's going to arrest her over the Iran nuclear deal. Hey, I'm with that.
No, Eli.
Yeah, go ahead.
That Iran deal really has nothing to do with nukes. It's about business for us. People are getting twisted. All this Israeli propaganda has twisted this Iran deal into something that it really isn't.
Elaborate on that a little.
It's about business. It's the only reason these nukes came into play is because of Israel. All the other countries, this is a P5+1 deal. There's 5 other nations involved that have already signed the deal, that are already in Iran making deals business-wise, not nuclear-wise. It's Israel that brought up the nuclear end because they're scared.
Absolutely. And in the end game, like I always said, it's probably most likely going to be Israel to set off the nuke in the United States, and then they're going to blame it on some country in the Middle East, like Iran, of course. All right.
They have the Samson effect, I believe it's called. Samson effect. Israel gets attacked by any nation. They have, I believe, like 18 nukes that'll scatter all throughout the world and destroy the world, Eli.
I believe it. I definitely believe it.
That's why nobody attacks them.
Yeah, well, hopefully one day we mistakenly attack them like they attacked the USS Liberty, or that wasn't a mistake actually, but one day, real patriots, real oath keepers will stand up in the military and do what they got to do what's right.
Oh, they know, Eli. It's just that they can't say nothing, or else their careers is shot because we screwed up and let all these half citizens into our government. And they know. I know. They know. They know. They know who did 911.
Oh, yes, they do. Yes, they do.
The FBI knows who did 911. They want this. You know, Mike Harari, main planner of this project.
Mike Harari.
Oh, yeah, Israeli hero.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Unbelievable. Then they got all these Syrian refugees coming in, and it turns out the majority of Americans are actually against the Syrian refugees. Being over 100,000 Syrian refugees are being brought into this country, probably most of which are ISIS affiliated, and probably not even Syrian. Actually, it came out that most of the Syrian refugees are not even Syrian, like I said. They're probably terrorists. And even 40% of the Democrats disagree with this on taking America letting in these Syrian refugees.
Again, Eli, it's America going in and creating a hassle with Israel all over the world and the Arab nations. Like I told you last week, if they came into your neighborhood, threw you out of your house, your whole town, everybody, I would imagine there'd be a few males pissed off.
I'd definitely be pissed off. That's for damn sure. Yeah, you come and occupy my land and my island, Manhattan. I see a tank rolling down my street. I'm not gonna throw rocks, but you best believe I'm gonna kick some ass because I'm a constitutionalist. I'm a real rebel. This is the original rebel flag behind me, the Betsy Ross. What did George Washington do? He did not use his First Amendment freedom of speech. He used his Second Amendment, and he shot the British. That's what the hell we should do. All right, shifting gears here, moving on a little. Next article, Luigi. School district implements iris scanners on buses after student's death. Yeah, now on school buses, they're going to be issuing these iris scanners in California there. Another vaccination mandated state. What do you think about these iris scanners on the school buses, Luigi?
And again, here we go, all the way back to 911 and the Patriot Act, which ruined the nation, turned us into a police state, worried about every little thing.
Yes, pretty soon they're going to want like these blood samples, you know, when you get the little diabetic prick. And, you know, you got to stick in your finger. Pretty soon we're going to have to stick our finger in one of those to get a damn DNA sample to get on a bus or a train or something. And it's bad enough they had to, you know, with this whole Pope thing going on in Manhattan. I got stuck up in traffic today, and the Pope left early this morning, so I'm running late, and the show's a mess today. But anyway, I'm digressing. What am I going here? The TSA. The TSA was at Madison Square Garden searching bags for the Pope. What the hell is the TSA doing at Madison Square Garden, Luigi?
They're at all games now, Eli. I believe hockey, baseball, and football. Searching you as you're going, and they even split the men and women up.
Yeah, I call them the SS. They're not the TSA. They are the SS, the new Stasi Nazi force. You're not searching me. You're not searching my children, and you're not grabbing my children's genitals. Damn it.
And the sheep stand in line and get it done. If I was in that line with a bunch of people, you say, I ain't going even in your stadium until these people are out of the way. Like I was a sheep.
There you go. Sport. There you go. Don't be a sheep. Stand up and be a people, a man of the people. We the people should stand up and say hell no. Like Luigi says, stop paying your taxes, get off your ass, stand up and do something. That's what. Why do you think Luigi calls up every week and dedicates himself to this show? He doesn't have to. I don't have to. I don't get paid dime one for this. I do this. I put my money into this show. Luigi puts his time and his effort into this show. You know? So you people do the same thing. All right, moving on to the next article here. I don't know if you heard about this, but Shout Your Abortion campaign explodes on social media. Basically, they want you to, if you had an abortion, Planned Parenthood wants you to go to Twitter and shout out your abortion and be proud, stating, hey, I got an abortion and it saved my life. It's great, even though it would increase my chances of getting cancer by more than 50%. And not only that, they're selling your babies to companies like Pepsi Cola and then putting in your food product. You understand, people? So keep aborting your babies so they can feed them back to you, okay? You're better off just delivering your baby and giving it up for adoption. There are more people out there who want children than you can even imagine. You can even sell your child for $50,000, $100,000 instead of aborting your child and letting these Planned Parenthood companies make money hand over fist. It's disgusting. It's disgusting, and this is why I want abortion outlawed unless you are raped or, you know, something crazy like that. What do you think about that?
Margaret Sanger, look her up, people. She wants us Hispanics, blacks. We're not even people to her. Look her up. Zionists, typical.
That's right. I ran into a Planned Parenthood scumbag trying to get me to sign some form or petition. And I was explaining to him, you know, this is human life here. How can you endorse this? And he tells me, oh, no, they're just little parasites when they're in the belly. They're not even children, you know. But why don't you look up abortion Look up on YouTube, abortion on 3D ultrasound, and you can see the poor little child trying to escape the abortion doctor's little scissors as he tries to reach up in the girl's vagina and cut the spinal cord of the poor little 3-month baby. And the baby's fighting. How is the baby a parasite and not alive when the baby's fighting from being killed in the womb? It's disgusting. It disgusts me. Give me a call, 212-245-7273, if you disagree or agree. What do you think about the abortion thing, Luigi?
That's a sacrifice to the man himself who controls this earth, which people are stupid enough to think it's good. These Black Lives Matter supporting that crap.
How can Black Lives Matter support Planned Parenthood when over 53% of abortions are performed on black people? More black people in New York City are killed via abortion than that are born. Okay? There are more black people that have abortions than there are black people in the city.
Black Lives Matter taking over.
Black lives don't matter. If Black lives really mattered to Black Lives Matter, they would stand up when black cops get killed. 2 black cops have been killed this year already. Have they stood up for them? No, not at all. So Black Lives no matter. They're just a communist front, and you know what should happen to them. They should go join ISIS and get nuked.
Yep. Just like I said, you know who's involved with them? Soros. What is he?
Zionist.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Wake up, people. Know who you're voting for.
That's right. That's right. I mean, Donald Trump is speaking good words, but I still do not trust him. He is a Hillary plant, Hillary front. He is just in there until they can get Rand Paul, Dr. Rand Paul, and Senator Ted Cruz to drop out of the race. Once those 2 real contenders drop out of the race, you will see a scandal will pop up on Donald Trump, or Donald Trump will just drop out himself. Because Donald Trump is not the real deal, my friend, and neither is Hillary Clinton, and neither is no Democrat, no Republican, except for Dr. Rand Paul and Ted Cruz. And we can't even know if they're the real deal until they're actually in the White House and do something that says they're the real deal.
I want to hear one of them say something about 9/11 and Israel's involvement, and I want to hear him say something about how Israel is all these dual citizens are in our government.
Well, you can tell.
That's got to go. That's got to go.
You can tell during the last debate, Dr. Rand Paul, when he was facing off against Governor Chris Christie of New Jersey, Chris Christie wanted to bring up the 9/11. Oh, I was hugging families, I was hugging Obama, I was hugging my mama. And then you could tell in Dr. Rand Paul's face, like he giggled, because you could tell he wanted to say 9/11 was an inside job. Come on. But if he starts coming out with that rhetoric this early in the race, a lot of votes are going to sway against him, because there's a lot of sheeple out there who still believe in the government's version that the 19 make-believe hijackers were responsible, even though the planes were black. World Trade Center number 7 imploded in its own footprint in 6.6 seconds. I mean, there is so much evidence that points to the Zionist sect, the Zionist organization that comes out of Israel, the Zionist evil scum actually perpetrated 9/11. And just like the Zionist Jews went after the Nazis in Argentina and all these other countries, I think real patriots should stand up and go after these Zionist Jews and arrest them and bring them to a constitutional court where they are tried by us, the American people, or their peers. I don't care, as long as there's a trial by jury.
Yeah, that guy that owned Urban Moving Systems, his name's Dominic something. He's wanted by the feds, FBI, but the government won't get him out of Israel. No way. There's a lot of them.
Of course not. I mean, if you're a Zionist criminal like Megahen Begin, what's that guy's name? Begin?
Menachem Begin.
If you're a Zionist scum like him, They will allow you to hide in Israel, and they will probably even make you prime minister of Israel, even though he was responsible for the bombing of the King David Hotel back in 1946, which killed a bunch of British and a lot of innocent people.
Yep, trying to get us into their wars again. I can't. This is out of hand, people. Wake up.
Wake up is right. All right, next article, moving on here real fast. The stock markets of the 10 largest global economies are all crashing, Luigi. You would think that the simultaneous crashing of all the largest stock markets around the world would be very big news. But apparently the mainstream media is not treating it like a big deal.
No, it's pumped up. It should have probably been collapsed a while ago.
Yes, China, Japan, Germany, United Kingdom, France, Brazil, Italy, India, Russia,
Greece.
all of their Greece, Spain, all of their stock markets are crashing, and the United States and the Federal Reserve answer is quantitative easing 4. Let's print some more money so we can dole it out and ship in more drugs. And but you know how corrupt the Federal Reserve is. The last, what do they call them? The presidents or the chairmen of the Federal Reserves, the leaders of the Federal Reserves for the last 3 decades happen to be Jewish.
Yes, sir. That's a fact.
A very well-known fact by very intelligent people. And everybody should know that our media organizations are also owned by the Zionist Jew. Hollywood is owned by the Zionist Jew. And just so that the people know, once again, we are not anti-Semitic. We are not saying all Jews are bad, but they have this Zionist sect of Jews that are evil scum, just like they have the sect in the CIA and certain entities within the U.S. government that are evil scum. And it's time for we, the people, to take our country back via the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. Like Thomas Jefferson said, the Declaration of we should have a revolution every 20 years because we should not live by the last generation's laws. Okay? But yeah, I don't know. Let's move on to this next article here. Divine intervention. House Speaker Boner resigns from Congress amid conservative coup. What do you think about the Boner resignation?
Well, he sure looked pretty stupid crying next to the Pope, didn't he?
Man, maybe he was crying because he's out of there. I think they got something on him, and yeah.
I don't know. I want to see this happen first, Eli. He said end of October, right? Remember, what's his name, who resigned from the Attorney General?
I can't get
Black
it.
guy. I can't remember his name now. Sorry.
Oh, Eric Holder.
Yeah, it took him a while to get out.
Yeah, this is true. They talk a good one, but who knows if they will ever get
But
out.
you never know.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
You never know. Maybe he could have got to him, but that Pope's in on it too. Who knows, man?
Or maybe he's just being forced to resign because he does side with the Democrats a lot, and the Republicans are starting to see it. Who knows? I mean, he's the Democrats and the Republicans, two sides of the coin. Only 1% of each party actually are for the people. The rest work for the corporations and the banksters and the Zionists.
Exactly. That they're all in the one same boat there, Eli.
Exactly. All right, moving on to the next article. The United Nations releases plan to push for worldwide internet censorship. Yes, they have disgraced itself immeasurably over the past month or so. In case you missed it, the UN Sustainable Development Agenda is basically a giant corporatist fraud. Saudi Arabia has chosen to head UN Human Rights Panel. Oh, Saudi Arabia, who believes in Sharia law and who will chop your head off. You know, this is great news here. What do you think about that?
Yeah, exactly. We get Saudi Arabia involved, get us into Sharia law, and all the women can start wearing those